Warning, there will be spoilers on this show. Please do not send us hate mail. Proceed at your own risk.
Welcome to the First Six podcast. I am half of this show, and my name is Molly Southgate.
And I'm the other half, Tabby Hollywood.
And today we will be doing Space Force.
Space Force is a show on Netflix. It's about people tasked with creating a sixth branch of the armed service, the Space Force. The creators are Steve Carell and Greg Daniels. The stars are Steve Carell, John Malkovich, and Ben Schwartz.
Okay. I do have to say, John Malkovich was like my hero in this. I loved him so much. And see, I didn't really like Steve Carell in this, but I felt like when he was playing off of Malkovich, it heightened his acting.
It did. Those two are great together.
Yeah, my first note, it's really funny. It sounds like a very snooty review. I'm like, Malkovich and Carell are the team I didn't know I needed.
You seriously sound like a review.
I was not trying to. That was just, I don't know why I did that. I was just writing notes for myself, like quick bullet points. Like, the note after that says, when wife is crying, 10 out of 10.
Wait, what?
So, I mean, it, really took a downturn after that first note.
It's like, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, I did like this show. What were your thoughts?
I really liked it. It was pretty good. It was one of those shows that is very, like dad jokes almost.
Yes. So I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I've been trying not to share those thoughts with you because I had to get them all out on here. I felt, since this was Steve Carell and Greg Daniels partnering up again, I was not expecting The Office.
No.
I was expecting, I know a lot of people probably were. I was expecting something totally different, but with that type of highbrow comedy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting as well.
Well, what we got instead was The Office, except with less funny jokes, and I felt like I didn't like the acting as much, and there wasn't as much heart to it. There were some really funny jokes. I just felt like it didn't, there were some parts, with Nerd and his wife, but otherwise, I felt like it was mostly just a joke machine, but not necessarily in a good way. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do, and I do agree with you, I think. And I think it's a type of comedy, though.
I don't think it's the type of comedy that I like, though.
Yeah, I think I know what type of comedy you like, and it's a lot. I feel like it is a lot like The Office.
In a way,
it's like The Office, except overplayed, overacting.
Yes, it's like someone tried to, I felt, this is my impression at least, I felt like Steve Carell and Greg Daniels got together, had this idea, it says it was created by both of them, and it's actually a pretty funny idea, and then Steve Carell went, I came up with the idea, I can tone it down now and just act like Michael, but he didn't act like Michael. I felt like he was acting like Michael on the day of the set, and then the directors were like, no, you need to have a different character. And then, so he changed a couple of, two things. But then it made it, very awkward. And... yeah. Another thing...
Yeah, it did seem a little awkward. But I also think it was almost trying to be.
I know, but why would you try to be awkward?
Because it's a type of comedy, I guess.
It's a type of comedy we don't get too much. There was one more complaint, but otherwise, there's a lot that I love, so let's get to that after this. But I do have to say, I felt like they were trying to do what The Office did, where it was satirical about, an office, but where they showed, how overdrawn Michael was, with his... racism and, how homophobic and stuff, but it also reason The Office works and the reason why people love Michael Scott is because he stumbled and he learned.
Oh.
This guy had some things. Like, Dr. Chan, he was so racist. I was like, what is, why is this in this show? Because there were certain things, like the one guy was, they were objectifying women for the one part, and Steve Carell's character stopped the guy and was like, hey, don't do that. I was like, okay, this show's going to be politically correct. I'm cool with that. I want things to be politically correct. But then that same episode, he did this whole thing about the one doctor, like, oh, are you from China? And everything, he was suspicious because he's like, you're from China? And I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I understand that.
Yeah, but, like, I felt like there were a lot of unhip jokes about him, too, and, like, that got old pretty fast.
I feel like it was funny in the beginning, but then it felt like they were just making fun of the same thing over and over and over.
Yes, yeah, they definitely just told the same joke constantly.
Yeah.
But, do you have any more complaints before we go into the happier part of the show?
I think they were basically the same as yours.
Yeah. Okay, I have to say, one of my notes just says, Jean Ralphio, all caps, and 3 exclamation points. And that shows how I felt when Ben Schwartz walked on screen. I did not like him in this that much. I felt like I didn't like how they wrote his character as much, but he was hilarious. Oh my gosh, when they were calling him, I'm not gonna swear, but what they were calling him, they called him F. Tony, because his name is, like, it's an initial F. Tony, but then they said the full swear word every time. They're like, oh, were you with blank Tony today?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I did. I love that. That was so funny.
Oh, yeah. My favorite line, and I believe I used this with somebody recently. I tell it to everyone now because I'm obsessed with this one part where he goes, oh, when they're trying on Flotus's uniforms for Space Force, and they are, like, they look like something out of The Greatest Showman. They're crazy.
Yes. That is literally what I was saying as I was watching it.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, and then there was a part of me that went, I kind of want those uniforms.
I know, right? You're like, I kind of
want these, but I don't want them because they're from the Trumps. But, yeah. But when he says to the one guy, and they're like, I hate these uniforms, and he's like, oh, are you Tommy Hilfiger? And the person's like, no, and he's like, then shut the blank up and bap it. Because he's trying to get them to do, like, this weird snappy thing he keeps calling bap it. And, just, like, gorgeous job. Yeah, I remember that I was laughing so hard when they were doing the press conference and the Handmaid's Tale protesters came in. And, remember? When all of the women in the Handmaid's Tale costumes came in yelling, like, doing the chants and everything, and everyone was so confused. They're like, this is Space Force. They're like, it's not the women's rights thing. They're like, oh.
Well, okay. They're like, that's next week.
I laughed so hard. Did you have any parts in particular?
I didn't have any parts in particular. Well, I had a favorite episode, though.
Me too.
I love episode 2.
Oh!
Save Epsilon 6.
That episode was hilarious, but...
I might have liked it just because,
Murderous George.
Yes, that is why. They're, like... There's, a chimp and a dog in space.
Because secretly, they didn't tell any of... Well, this is a spoiler. We've already spoiled everything. There's a spoiler warning for a reason, Tabby.
Yes, that's true. It's secretly, and they're like, the chimp is, like, trying to, like, pick up the drill and stuff, and Roy's just like, are they gonna hurt the chimp? If they hurt the chimp, I'm gonna kill this show. We're like, how are you going to kill the show, Rory? And she's like, I'm going to throw my shoe at the TV.
To say this, Rory is Tabby's little sister and adorable, and I could actually see her murdering a TV show, even though that's not possible.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing she would do. She loves animals so much.
They didn't hurt the chimp. The chimp murdering the dog. Yeah, I was laughing so hard during that one. But I loved episode 3. Oh, so much.
Oh, yeah.
And then episode 4 happened. I was not a fan. When they do the war games, I was like, why is this here? It's not... There are no jokes. John Malkovich was funny.
You always think he's funny.
I know. We're gonna have to just see... I bet you, like, every show we find with John Malkovich, and I'll just be like, that's hilarious.
He's hilarious. Nobody else was.
It's like, he's a dramatic actor, but he is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was my favorite part throughout anything. Loved it the most when, wait, I'm gonna double check her name, make sure I have it right. It was, I believe it's Courtney Cox, right?
I don't know who you're talking about.
She is his wife.
Oh my gosh, yes. She's my favorite character.
It's Lisa Kudrow. Wrong person. I think I chose a different Friends actor. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, but maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen Friends.
Lisa Kudrow was so good. And
she's my favorite character.
Gosh. Oh, yeah, definitely, by far. And whenever they would be in the prison, and she's like, you know, your father is really sad, and that's why he went to this lunar habitat. And they're like, it's a coping mechanism. Like why I joined a gang. And her daughter's like, wait, what? And she's like, I mean, what? No.
A book club.
Yeah, it's a book club. Wait, what? But, yeah, oh my gosh. And see, that part, I felt like they almost got her stuff. I feel like the writing felt different when she was there. It felt more like the comedy on a show like The Office.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt different.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just looked, and so sometimes I just go right into the episodes when I'm binging, and I don't always look at the episode titles.
Oh yeah, same.
Oh my gosh, the episode 3 is called Mark and Mallory Go to Washington. And I don't know why I find that so funny, but I do.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I loved when the daughter was being babysit.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and she was giving the plots of Marvel movies. She's like, yep, and there's Dr. Banner. And be careful, though, he turns into a big green giant because she wasn't paying attention.
Yes.
Okay.
Another great character.
Oh, yeah. I have to say something.
Okay.
I loved Erin Naird's, that's not the actress's name, but it's the character.
What's her name?
Her love interest.
Diana Silvers.
I loved Diana Silvers in this, but I loved her love interest so much.
They barely even got to that.
I know. I was not a fan of Bobby.
Then again, we've only watched the first 6.
True, yeah. But I was not really a fan of Bobby in this. But I loved the Southern guy.
Which one's Bobby?
Bobby is the Russian man.
Oh.
I thought that was a little funny when he was like, oh, we'll have children, and we can name them after your father's maiden name. Your father's mother's maiden name. What was that again? When he kept trying to get the passwords? That was funny.
Oh, I think so.
But I loved that guy so much, and I just felt like Erin was so mean to him. I was not a fan of her writing. I thought Diana Silvers did a great job acting as her, but I did not like the way she was written at all.
No, I think I didn't like her, but I really think that was on purpose, that you're not really supposed to.
I know, but I felt like they could have made the character slightly more likable, or at least more sympathetic.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, maybe more sympathetic, but also she's kind of supposed to be a kind of a jerk.
I know, but you need an element, like... True. Oh, you're right. They did make her pretty sympathetic. I just was not a huge fan. I felt like I couldn't get in touch with that character.
Maybe you just don't relate to that character at all.
Yeah, sometimes that happens with me. Like, if I cannot relate, like, I felt like I could relate to Steve Carell's character a little bit more.
A little bit, yeah.
But, like, I can relate to anybody, honestly. Like we said,
you can try.
In the first episode of the show, I'm just like all the characters. But, yeah, just the highlight for me was just Tony in it. Just everything he did.
Everything. Okay, then. Yeah, he was great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, the song. Okay, I want to talk about this. So you know how in the first episode he does that really long montage where it's not even a montage, it's just a video of him sitting there singing.
Wait, what
Steve Carell, remember when he does that whole song? I don't know what song it is.
Oh, yes.
I hated that.
I feel like it was funny for the beginning, and then like, I don't think he has to sing the entire song.
I know. It gave me the vibe of they got the rights to sing that song, but they're like, well, if we have the rights, we might as well just sing all of it. But I was not... No.
I feel like it went on too long, and you're just like... He's just like... this is hard to watch. Just... Why?
And it was really funny in the trailer, though. So I know a lot of people hated it, because I remember when the trailer came out, I was, like, reading comments and things. A lot of people were like, this show looks so bad. But then I was not one of those people. I was very optimistic. I want to say that. Like, I was not someone that had, like, preconceived notions about this in any way. But I remember I was reading the comments, and everyone was ragging on this trailer. And everyone hated the song. And I was like, I actually found it hilarious. And I was like, okay, I thought it was really funny, but it was really awkward. And it was just like, why are we staring at Steve Carell doing nothing in an office singing really a song?
I feel like didn't fit. Again, it was supposed to be really awkward, and he's like...
I think it would have been funnier if he was singing something like White Horse by Taylor Swift. Like one of those like really sad, really depressing songs.
Yes, I think
it's like about a breakup or something that totally does not fit his character. I would have found that funny. This song was just like, why?
Oh, this is just sad and hard to watch.
Yes, it was hard to watch. And it was, I'm not going to continue watching this show.
Oh, no?
I did find it hard to watch.
Well, you found it that hard to... I am going to continue.
Okay. So, what made you want to continue watching it?
Well, a big part of why I'm going to continue to watch it is, like, I really don't want to just stop, because I feel like there could be something really good that happens in the last, 4 episodes. It's really not very many. That's also, and I'm watching it with my family, so they all really wanted to watch it still. Everyone in my family really liked it, actually.
I was going to say, I want to ask, what did your family think of it? Because I did not watch it with my family. I watched 2 seconds of one of the episodes with my mom, and she goes, I don't like military stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll turn this off. I'm like, I have to watch this for my podcast, Mom. She's like, okay, you can go upstairs.
To watch it by yourself.
Yeah, she's like, go upstairs. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. I was already on, fair. Episode 4, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, personally, I don't blame her.
Yeah. It's not very, I feel like everyone in my family really liked it. My dad really liked it. I'm not really sure why, but he did. He just kind of loved it. Thomas, I'm actually kind of surprised that Thomas really liked it.
Thomas is her brother. I just wanted to say.
Thomas is my brother. Sorry, I keep thinking I'm just talking to Molly.
Well, that's good. We want to be out of our heads for recording a podcast. So I guess that shows. We just want you guys to feel like you're sitting on our couch and that we don't own. I just said our couch. We don't share a couch.
We don't. We live far away from each other.
Yes, but you're sitting in on our Skype call.
Yes, you are. But yeah, Thomas, my brother, he does not like The Office.
Oh, how? Is that humanly possible?
I don't know. He's a weirdo.
Is, like, how? I mean...
He's gonna watch this and be like, you called me a weirdo.
I would like to say I did not call your brother a weirdo. I just said that how is it humanly possible that he does not like The Office? So, I just insulted his taste.
It's okay, I do it all the time. But, it's weird. He does, like, I found it kind of odd that he liked this show, just because of the fact that I find it a lot like The Office.
But maybe he likes this style of comedy.
Maybe.
It's a different style. Like, it's a style, it's the people trying to imitate The Office. Like, it reminds me of, like, like, they were really close. It's like if you're running, like, across if you're running and you're trying to jump over something, and you're like, almost there, you're about to make the other end, and you just fall into the hole.
I like how that's your, description. But, yeah, I guess so. I find it weird that he liked it so much. But I also find it a little odd how you, like, really, really don't like it. I'm kind of impartial. Like, I would keep watching it, but it's not like I'm gonna watch it again.
Would you watch it on your own, though, if you were not watching it with your family?
I think I would.
Oh, okay.
I think I would, just because, we're more than halfway through. It's not very much. I do want to, I think I would keep watching it, which is kind of weird how much you dislike it, and then how much, like, my family likes it, and how I'm just like, I don't really care. Like, I think I liked it okay.
See, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. It was okay. It wasn't great. I wasn't in love with it in any way. I just was like, you know what? It's a show. It's good. It's all right. I would tell other people to, you guys, it depends on what style of comedy you like. It really does. And so I would recommend everyone try it and see what you think. Report back to us. Listeners, please tell us what you think.
This is one of the shows that I feel like the first episode of a lot of shows, you're like, you can't just watch the first episode because it kind of, like, that's not always how it is. I feel like the first episode does give you a really good feel of what kind of show it is. Unlike some shows. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I definitely understand that. Because even shows that I love, like shows like Community, the first episode's alright, but it's not very good. Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah. My Tumblr is all going to hate me after this. But I don't really like that episode. But after that, it gets really good. Like The Office. The first season is funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's not great. Parks and Rec, same thing.
Yeah. There's plenty of shows like that. That's how I find most shows are. That the first episode is just not quite, like, the actors are still like, okay, I don't really have a feel for the character as much yet. But I feel like this show, it does give you a good feel. So it's like, if you watch the first episode and you don't like it, don't feel the need to keep watching. It's not going to change very much.
Yes, agreed. And, well, actually, in my opinion, it does change a bit. Because, like, the first episode I liked a lot. I was like, all right, this is funny, it's good. Second episode, I was like, yeah, this is hilarious. Third episode, I was like, all right, I'm officially in love. Mm-hmm. But I was like, it has problems, but I still love it.
Oh.
And then, the fourth episode was, it was okay. That was the best.
Okay.
And then 5 and 6 I could not stand.
Oh, wow.
And when I finished it, I just went, I cannot. Like, I'm like, if it's going to keep like this, I'm not going to watch it.
Wow, that's weird, actually. Because I found that the entire time I felt basically the same.
Oh, okay. I think for me, sometimes what I do with shows is where I kid myself that I like it.
Oh, yeah, when you're like, I want to like it, so I'm going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
I do that as well.
Yeah, and then after, I'm just like, oh, you know what? Like, I did that with Glee for a really long time.
You did that with what show, sorry?
Glee.
You don't like Glee?
No! I was pretty sure I liked Glee. I obsessed about Glee. And then I went, oh, why am I watching this?
You don't like Glee? Wow.
No.
Yes. Molly and I do have fairly different tastes on different shows.
There are some. There are some.
Shows that
it's
we
mostly
both
the
like,
musical shows.
Well, that's the thing. Molly likes different musical shows than I do.
I don't like musical shows. Like sometimes, I like if you have like an occasional like musical episode or something fun. Like if it's well written and funny, I'll take that. Like if it's like a comedy one.
I really like musical shows.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple shows that have come out that I just love. Like, I really like Smash and Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Oh, I want to watch Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
If you don't like musical shows, then do not watch that.
Well, I'm going to try it. And then I'm going to pretend that I like it, and then I'm going to get a few episodes in and go, why? That's what the natural, thing happens with me, with shows.
I really like Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, like Smash, stuff like that. But also, Molly just does not like the same shows that I like with the musical thing.
No, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, no.
I wasn't allowed to finish Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, did it get really inappropriate?
Yeah.
Oh my. Alright, well, this episode has been a good length. Do you think that you had anything else to add?
Length. We are rambling a little bit, but...
Not too much.
Not too much. I don't think I have anything. Just please write us with any suggestions at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, any suggestions for any shows. Our goal is to get this show to mostly suggestion-based.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes. Yep.
And next week, we will be doing Little Fires Everywhere. I am freaking out. I just finished the book, and I've been waiting to watch the show, and I'm so excited.
I did not read the book.
Don't read the book until we record it, and then we can have the differing opinions, and it will be great.
Okay. Well, it also depends sometimes on how things end, so True. I feel like that one is going to be a fun episode.
Yes. All right.
Ready? Please subscribe.
Keep watching.
And keep listening.
Thank you for listening to the First Six Podcast. This show is hosted by Molly Southgate and Tabby Hollowed. It is edited by Rob Southgate and produced by Southgate Media Group in conjunction with Mastery Media. You can find us on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at The First Six Podcast. Get in touch with the show at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review us wherever you listen to this show. It really helps. Thanks again for listening. Catch you on the next channel.